Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's clayrammage. Back again with another Goodwill Bins Haul. Cindy and I went this morning. It's the Monday after the Christmas holiday weekend. And let me tell you, we scored big. We found some incredible stuff. And in fact, I'm going to split this into two videos because I have so much stuff. Like I need more stuff, but it's great stuff for resale. Found another lot of fantastic antique books. So we'll go through those in both videos. I'll do part in one and then part the rest of them in another one. And so that's awesome. And yeah, so I'm excited to show you guys what we found today because there's some great vintage stuff. I'm specifically looking for vintage stuff, and we found it today. It's awesome. Some vintage Christmas, some vintage toys, of course the books, some vintage electronics. So yeah, and even a gag gift. So it's great. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for coming and joining us on this fun adventure we have of finding stuff for resale. Really, trying to deal with vintage and antique items that we find and then reselling them on eBay, or we have a booth at an antique store. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I have a large amount, like half of my viewers aren't subscribed. So if you guys would subscribe, that would be awesome. That helps out our channel, helps us to be able to provide even more fun stuff for you guys to see. And but first, before we get into the haul, I just wanted to show I sold a few things over the last 24 hours. So before I ship them off, I thought I will show you guys what it is I sold. One of the items I sold was this vintage hat. It's almost antique cloche hat from the 1920s. Some of you may remember back in May of 2021, earlier this year, Cindy and I were at a garage sale and we picked up a lot of dresses from the 1920s, and that was just a fantastic find. We did super well on that. Well, this is the last item from that garage sale. And I've had it listed for a long time. And I sent out some offers yesterday and somebody accepted my offer of $15 for this particular hat. It does have some condition issues. If it was in a little better condition, it'd probably have done fairly well. And then the other thing we found at the garage sale this summer was this. It actually was there was a camera included with it, but it wasn't the right camera. It was not the camera that originally came with this set. And basically it was a set by Pentax. It was a specific camera that went with this set. And when I did research, the camera that was in here was very heavily used. Everything else was brand new, but the camera was heavily used. And it wasn't the original camera that came with this 75th anniversary set. But the thing that surprised me was this is a Gucci bag that Gucci made this exclusively for Pentax for this 75th anniversary. There's the little tag still on it. It's made, the interior label says the same thing. And, you know, see, the strap is still in the plastic bag. The original battery is still in the plastic. So I don't know what happened to the camera, but we paid $5 for this and the wrong camera. And I sold just this for $25. So good deal. Without a camera, $25. Sorry, I'm trying to find room. I shouldn't put it there. I should put it there. All right. And then the last thing, a couple months ago, I found these at the bins. These are Magab. I don't know exactly how to say it. These vintage linens. These are embroidered napkins with this beautiful floral pattern. I put these out on auction. This is a very high-end linen manufacturer. These are probably from the early 1960s. Came in the original box with the original brochure. Put these on auction and these sold for $135 for 8 napkins in the original box. So that was pretty exciting. So that was a good score. So I'll put that over there. So those will be shipped out today. All right, let's just get right into the haul. And our haul we were at the book bins going through the books, and out of one of the books fell 2 Canadian currencies, a $1 and a $2. So we were like, ooh, we're already in the money. So that was kind of an exciting little find. So yes, you can find money at the bins, and I usually find pennies and dimes, but in this case we found Canadian dollars. Found this vintage duck figure. He is made by a company called AMTRACO, Amtrago Incorporated. Not really sure. Can't find any of this particular style of the duck from that particular company. Some of their stuff is pretty rare, but so I picked him up just because, again, he's a little sailor guy, or looks like a captain, you know, in his little suit. So yeah, so we'll see. Plush is hit or miss for me. I picked up 4 different electronic items. One of them is this Onkyo Stereo. This is the receiver, and again, this is from the 90s, I believe. Usually they have the date on here. And old eyeballs doesn't work too well. But either way, Onkyo is a great, made in Malaysia, Japan. Okay. So this is one of the newer ones, but it's still a great stereo, sells for about $40. And starting in January at the Pink Elephant, I'm opening up a new area to sell this kind of stuff, because we have a large record and music aficionado area and clientele. So these things do sell there. So we will put that down there. I'm going to set him on the floor, so sorry I had to disappear for a moment. Then the other item was I found a set of Bose speakers. Again, this is at the bins. In electronics, we pay $1.19 each. So there's a set of these Bose 301 Series 1. So this is the very first manufacturing of this particular 301 series. And you can see from the typeface, it's quite old. Late 60s, early 70s, I would say. And so yeah, so this is quite a good find. They're not in the best of condition. I haven't tested them yet. But still, either way, for that particular item, Bose speakers are always, even if not working, they still have value, more than $1.20 each. So for $2.50, we should be able to get at least 50 plus on those items. So that was a great find. All right, let's see what else. I'll do a couple books. This one I got for a reference book. It's called 40s and 50s Designs and Memorabilia Identification and Price Guide. So it basically walks you through all the different stuff that was created in the 1940s and 50s. And yes, I would love to find one of those sofas, but I don't think I will anytime soon. And so yeah, so they walk you through that. Just a great little reference book for items from the 40s and 50s. Cindy found this in the book bin. It's called Indian Doctor: Nature's Methods of Curing and Preventing Disease According to the Indians. So these are different historical cures for different things like internal ulcers, diarrhea or flux, inflammation of the stomach, for dyspepsia, for asthma, for some of these I don't even, for costiveness, don't even know what that is, for smallpox. So yeah, just a whole bunch of different remedies of herbs and plants and things you can grind up and do for pain or colic in the bowels. So we just thought that would be a fun little item for our own personal reference, actually. Picked up this book. It's kind of a early sci-fi, not early, but you know, mid-century sci-fi book, not worth very much. Another great vintage book, If I Were King. This particular book is from MMCI 1901. How's that? So great little book, it's $10 to $15 in its current condition. What a great little find. I paid $20 all total for all the books that I found. Found this little Just Kermit and Me. It's a publication from McDonald's. They did in collaboration with the Muppet Babies. It's not been written in, so that's why I picked that one up. Picked up a series of golden books. And again, these have not been written in, that's why I grabbed them. There's Rudolph. There's the Many Faces of Ernie. Scuffy. A Book of God's Gifts. The Four Seasons. A play by Tony. I like that one. I'll have to look that one up. And Winnie the Pooh meets Gopher. So just a fun little, again, I sell these for $2 to $3 down at the Pink Elephant and do pretty good with them. All right, I'll get some of these other things. It says bar stool safety belt for the drinker of distinction. This is a great little novelty item. Here's the belt. And I don't think it would hold you very well. It's very cheap plastic. So, but here's the little guarantee that comes with it and the instructions. Oh, this is a fun thing. So this is going to go down to the Pink Elephant because we sell a lot of barware, and I just thought that was too fun to pass up. Found this vintage pack of Pentel fabric paints, made in Japan, brand new, never used. So there they are. So you can do different things on fabrics. So I'll have to look those up and see what those are worth. I haven't done anything with those. Oh, this was fun. Does it? Oh, it works. It's a little Tommy pocket bowling game, or Tomy, I don't know how you say that. Made in Thailand, and then you got first player, second player, and then depending upon what ball you're on, depends on where the little thing is. That's pretty fun. So yeah, just a lot of fun little items today at the bins. Speaking of fun little items, there's this Ziploc baggie full of vintage cake toppers. So there's a bunch of trees. So they must have had a winter scene, Christmassy, because then there's also the skier, and the skis are in the box here. We had skiers. There were 2 Santa heads, and then Santa and the reindeer. There's another Santa and reindeer, a reindeer. And then they have this fisherman. That's a fun one. And here's the fish. Manger scene. Another skier. And like I say, the skis are in here. Oh, here's another fish. So there's 2 fish. And then this one's cool. It's a vintage made in Hong Kong witch on a scooter. That'll be fun. I assume it's a cake topper. It doesn't have a stick on it, but you could even just lay it down on there if you want. So yeah, just a lot of fun little things. And then there's these little olive skewers or hors d'oeuvre skewers, whatever you want to use them for. So that was a fun find, I felt. Then I found another one of these keychains. These are collectible, and Kamabashi.com, the String Dog Gang. This one's George Washington. I had a couple Halloween ones, and I know, Amanda, if you're watching, you had asked for them, and I did create a listing for you. So if you're still interested, you can go out there and grab them. And let me know. And then, oh yeah, and then I found these 3 of them. 3 of these vintage Christmas trees. Now they're covered in fluff because they were stuck in with the Christmas snow stuff. So but made in Taiwan. So I'd say probably 80s. But what great little trees. I like them. I'm going to move these books over here. Then I found, oh yeah, this is what the Christmas toppers, or cake toppers were in, was this Planters container. It's a 1982 commemorative tin for Planters. So that was fun. So I just left them in there and filled it with other things. All right, I'm going to do a couple more, go through some more books. This one is Love by Leo Buscaglia. I remember this growing up. It became a very popular book in those days. And this particular one is the 1972 edition. So first edition, it's about $10. This one, this is the book that's in the worst condition out of all of them. It's Let's Go Ahead. It's a children's, or young adults book with many different stories in it. And like I say, it is kind of, oh, more treasures in books. What do we find? Oh, it's some recipes out of a cookbook. It's a Briggs stationery. Okay, the motor carrier with a personality. Ew. I love it. I have some friends with the last name Briggs. Maybe I'll send that to them. Oh, and then a package of zinnias. Farmer's Seed, Faribault, Minnesota. There you go. I don't know. These don't have a date on them. Be fun to know when these were from. But no date. So anyway, so that's a fun little find in the book. I get so distracted sometimes. And then there's this book, Family Grandstand by Carol Ryrie Brink. I just love the graphics on this one. It's not it's 1950s, I believe. 1952, yeah. And it's M from Minnesota. So I think this is I'm going with it's a local book, because that's also the maroon and gold, the University of Minnesota colors. So that'll go down the pink elephant. Men to Remember by Rubel, another great vintage book. I think this is talking just about the upper Midwest, including Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, North and South Dakota. It's from 1947. It says how 100,000 neighbors made history. So I actually think I will read that first. That sounds like a fun little book. Oh, here, actually. I did pick up a vintage Tonka truck, little blue one. It's in great condition except for the blue marker all over it. But yeah, so it was not played with very much. But I sell all of these vintage Tonka toys in whatever condition down at the Pink Elephant. We have guys who specifically look for them, and so yeah. So again, not big money, but they're nice sales. Found these vintage. This book belongs to Labels from 1981. So yeah, I thought that would be another little fun thing for the Pink Elephant. Ballads of a Chichaco by Robert Service. This is a 1909 version. Copyright, but it looks like somebody received it in 1919 according to the front cover. Another vintage Heidi book. I just picked up another one of these not too long ago. This is an older version. This is the 1925 publication. And then there's 8 Cousins by Louisa May Alcott. I was doing fine there for a while till I stopped. Anyway, look at this back graphic. Isn't that awesome? It's got the dust jacket on it, which is pretty rare. This one, I believe, also is the 1940 Whitman Publishing. So, just a nice little find there. All right, so Cindy found these, and these are awesome. Look at the snow globes of Santa and the Snowman. These are great. Made in Hong Kong. Santa's got a, baby deer. There's, they are a little discolored, but these are just great items. So, yeah. And I also found this vintage rocking horse It's just really nice. It's a fairly large one. Usually you'll find the smaller ones. And I found this copper letter opener. And it's marked KPS on the back. So, yeah, thought that was pretty fun. Cindy found these, made in Germany. 2 little figures, wooden figures. Aren't they awesome? I'll have to do some more research on them. WUK, made in Germany. So, they're just dark. All right, a couple more items. One of them is this. This is a guitar pedal called the Cry Baby. And again, we paid $1.19. It makes noise. Wonder why it makes noise. Something in the battery compartment? Oh yeah, there's a battery running around in there. So, again, $1.19 for this. These sell for anywhere between $25 and $40. So, this one still has the plastic on the bottom. They didn't peel it off. So I don't know if it's been used or, well, it's obviously been used. They have a battery in it, but no power cord, but just the base unit. And then, look at this awesome cup. This will be the last item today. Isn't that just great? Sorry, I'm looking to see if that's a chip. It actually just looks like the cover didn't get down there, the glazing. It's a Berggren mug right there. So, just a great find. But anyway, that's part 1 of our great haul. Still have part 2 to go. So stay tuned. Thanks guys for watching.